Hello soul searchers, and welcome back to my channel where we use tarot to gain better insight into ourselves and the world around us. So today's message, I am setting the intention that it's a little quicker, and I'm also setting the intention that it reaches who needs to hear it at this time. And we're just going to talk and shuffle. So I'm using the Radiant Wilds Atlas Tarot in case anybody's curious. Last night I was editing a video, and I don't even know how my brain ended up going here, but it brought me to a belief that I used to have as recently as earlier this year, like March, April. And it brought me to this belief that I used to have about how the algorithm is hiding me, how like I'm not seen like it's my #1 op. And to be fair, sometimes I do still feel like that, but I don't think I feel it as deeply. I don't take the algorithm as personally as I used to, even just like a few months ago. And y'all know, if you've been here, I've been working with the Chief of Shields from my Native American tarot for about 3 weeks now. And Chief of Shields is traditionally known as the King of Pentacles. And something that he has been really talking to me about is refinement. And even when I think about like my makeup channel that I had before this one, just the way that I used to be when I was younger, early 20s, late teens, whatever, I'm just like, I'm really glad I didn't go viral in the times when I was asking for it, because I wasn't prepared for it. I would not have been the personality for it. I probably would have been canceled. I probably would have been at the very least hated. And in my early 20s, I hadn't even started, or at least I probably had started my spiritual journey at that point, but I wasn't aware of it. I wasn't deeply into it the way I am now. And so all of that hate and vitriol that I received probably would have had a really negative effect on my mental health. And you know, hindsight is always 20/20, right? And I could just see very clearly why I did not need that. And it just got me to thinking, like, the algorithm isn't my op. It's just allowing me time to refine myself. And the time that I am, even just from the videos I've made from coming back active, which I think was like end of June to now, I've already seen shifts in my channel and in the different types of content that I make, and like the variety of discussions that I like to have on my channel, and even in my personal life, and trying to make my daily life more organized for my channel. It's just, I'm seeing all of the shifts. And so there is movement, you know. It's not like the movement that I am waiting to see necessarily. It's not the movement of my subscriber count. Speaking of which, if you're here, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment, support in any way that you would like. There's plenty of free options for you to help me help us, but also help me. That aside, I'm not seeing the growth. Actually, I am seeing the growth in the subscriber count. Maybe not as quickly as I would want to, but I am seeing the growth. So thank you guys for subscribing and being here. I'm not currently able to quit either of my jobs to do YouTube full time, but I'm seeing the shifts in my channel, which will eventually allow me to get there. I'm seeing how being consistent with posting shorts, posting videos is growing my subscriber count, and eventually that will help me to at least be monetized. Maybe, you know, I won't be able to quit my job immediately, but it will at least enable me to monetize my channel, and then eventually, hopefully, be able to quit one of my jobs and do content creation full time. So I don't know, I think the shift comes from, because here's the thing, and I need to do a YouTube video actually kind of explaining how I interact with tarot. I do consider myself to be somewhat of a chaos magician. I'm not the most well versed in it, but a core principle of chaos magic is that it's the belief that makes things work. So for example, it's the belief in magic that makes the magic work for you. It's the belief in Jesus Christ that makes Jesus Christ work for you. It's the belief that is the fuel, if you will. And so the thing is, and I used to say this all the time, and I kind of want to get back to it, The universe is not in the habit of proving you wrong. And so the stories that you tell yourself will be proven correct. So if I felt and was telling myself the story that the algorithm hides me, then I'm probably not going to put as much effort into my channel, because I believe that the algorithm is hiding me and anything that I do won't really benefit me anyway. Versus now, just having the shift of, oh, the algorithm works for me, but it's moving a little slower so that I can refine my channel, refine my speech, refine my mind. Like whatever needs refinement, the algorithm is allowing me time for that. That is a more progressive belief for me to have, because I can still put in the work. I can still see the see the growth and give gratitude even for the one new subscriber that I got this week. And then it also isn't so defeating to the point where I don't even want to do YouTube anymore. It's a very subtle thing, but I'm learning. It really is the details, man. It really is the small things. So I got 8 of Wands here. Very interesting 8 of Wands, which talks all about energy and movement and like fast messaging. And that's another thing I'm noticing is, like, I used to really want to do long form videos for you guys. You may have noticed here recently, I mean, I'm still doing long form content, like 40 to 1 hour long videos, but I'm also trying to do shorter content because I know not everybody needs a long video, and sometimes we have things to do. You just need your message real quick and you'll go on about your day. Same. And so this is basically just holding the energy as it is, not trying to make it anything else, but also holding it in a way to where it really works for you, which is interesting because I don't normally get this with 8 of Wands. This is actually a really interesting 8 of Wands. So yeah, hold energy, hold the space, but hold the energy, and maybe even just hold the energy until you figure out how it works best for you. So instead of immediately going with the belief, going back to that example that the algorithm is my #1 op and it's hiding me, I could just hold the information that I'm being given, that my channel isn't growing, and think about why. Am I putting in as much effort as I can put into it? And if I'm not, how can I make that a little easier to do? How can I improve myself and my channel in the meantime? You know, like, I can just hold what I'm seeing and put a different story to it. It doesn't have to be the first thought that I have that's true. And I'm loving this space that I'm in because it's really helping me. I don't know if I will ever stop working with the Chief of Shields. I will. I do want to move throughout that whole tarot deck and work with the different cards, but that's going to be a really hard one to let go of because we've been moving. The Chief of Shields and I have been moving, and I've been loving every minute of it. A card did fall on the ground, and when I see that, I always like to take it as kind of like what we're walking away from, because it fell face down on the ground. And this is the Fool card here. This is the way I'm going to read this, because I do feel like the Fool is all about new beginnings, right? And so I don't feel like we're moving away from a new beginning. I feel like what we're moving away from is the naivete of how we get into that new beginning. I think we're understanding the grit that it takes to have a different type of life. I think we're understanding how our actions affect our outcome, and even how our mind affects our actions, and how all of that is a cycle. The Fool is a very beautiful energy in its naivety. It's very in tune with magic, but it can also be a little detrimental, you know. If you don't know if you don't know the steps to take, then you can end up making a lot of mistakes and wasting a lot of time. I don't really believe that time is ever wasted, but it can end up feeling that way if you're making moves from maybe not the wisest place. And the Fool is a very young energy. There's something about us moving into our new beginnings with more maturity, which makes sense because, again, this message is, I'm pretty sure it's coming from the Chief of Shields and the work that I've been doing with him. So it's not that we're not getting our new beginning, but we're definitely getting it in a different way. This isn't going to be virality. I'm seeing 1010 on the camera. This isn't going to be necessarily like in the form of virality or people just helping you out. This is going to be the hard work that you put in and the rewards that you reap from that hard work. Proof is in the pudding is basically what I just got. You're going to feel like you deserve the reward once you get that reward, because you're going to be putting in the work. But there's something about that that's just more safe, more grounded, and it leads to a lot less confusion as you continue to reach your goals and conquer. So I'm gonna leave that there. We're already getting into the double digits of the time. I hope this message helped and resonated. Tell me how this applies to you. Like for me, the thing was the algorithm, but what is a better story that you can tell yourself starting today? I again hope this helped. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the Chief of Shields, and I definitely look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Until then, I will see you later, Soul Searchers.